Good evening, I'm Bo Williams and welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now. And topping the list for us tonight, Knoxville getting soaked. Some morning drizzle ramped up this afternoon. Check out this view of the Gay Street Bridge, and you can see the water gushing from the downspouts. One of our crews spotted this, but they managed to stay dry inside the Knoxville City County building during one of those downpours today. On the other side of the river, a traffic hazard from the rain. Knoxville police posting this picture to X showing a section of hillside sliding down into the roadway. And this was along Chapman Highway right there at East Redbud Road, the muddy mess blocking one northbound lane. Now, matter of fact, we sent a crew down there to check it out, finding workers using heavy equipment to try to shovel up all that mud. And it comes with a reminder from KPD to always use caution on the wet roads. Over at the UT Knoxville campus, our Dominic Webster and Matt Condon, they got poured on. Sharing some of these videos of the pounding rain, students trying to stay as dry as possible walking to and from classes there on campus. And back here at our Greystone building along Broadway in North Knoxville, there was a point when the rain was just coming down in sheets, and you can see the soggy site right there in our parking lot. Keep in mind, this was about 2 hours ago, and the rain hasn't let up. Well, maybe it did for a split second. Now we're hearing rumbles again outside our studios. Let's check in with Ken for more.
Yeah, showers, sun, still back to showers right now. Embassy Suites Hotel looking southeast towards the river. Another downpour kind of making its way through the area right now. This is downtown Knoxville, Bonnie Kate Elementary. This is moving north and east, heading up towards Granger, Jefferson County. It's going to be near Sunnyview Elementary around 7 o'clock, Johnson University 7:02, and Spring Place at 7:03, so just a couple of minutes from right now. Not severe. Heavy rainfall, though, maybe some 30-mile-per-hour winds. Can't be ruled out with some of these. That's kind of the last gasp of the heavier rainfall we're seeing. So I'll keep an eye on at least southern sections of Granger and western Jefferson County coming up in the next 30 minutes. But the backside of this heavier rainfall, as you can see, is basically done. Moving through the mid-state right now, the random showers back towards Paducah, east of Memphis, those will kind of fizzle out once we're past sunset. So between now and about 8 o'clock, still some scattered showers, then things much quieter as we head towards daybreak. But don't put away the umbrella just yet. We'll have another opportunity early afternoon through early evening. Very random, the showers that will rotate through. Maybe some small hail with some of these, but the bigger difference is it's going to stay windy tomorrow, Bo, and cool. Temperatures only in the 60s, but winds again could be gusting in that 30 to 40 mile per hour range. Gets better for the weekend, though. I'll talk more about that coming up in just a minute.
All right, Ken, thank you. Well, a big turnaround potentially in the works for the town of Farragut as our big story list rolls on for you. Farragut's Board of Mayor and Aldermen meeting right now for their revote on the Advanced Knox Growth Policy Plan. It's been 2 weeks since the surprise vote that hobbled Advanced Knox just as the multi-year effort approached the finish line. Now, the meeting getting underway about an hour ago. You're looking at a live picture right now. The board just voted to undo the vote against the plan and are close now to voting again on the plan's approval. The Farragut board was the final local government entity, you may recall, set to vote on the Advanced Knox plan that has been in the works for more than 2 years. After this plan was passed by Knox County Commission and Knoxville City Council, 3 Farragut aldermen voted no to the growth plan. Last week, those aldermen were asked to give their reasoning. Alderman David White refused, while Alderman Drew Burnett cited traffic coming in and out of Farragut. He's expected to vote yes in the vote tonight, with the potential to upset some Farragut residents and Alderman White, who ended up storming out of last week's meeting. If the plan passes tonight, the Knox County Commission will take a final vote that would implement both the growth plan and the accompanying land use and transportation plan. We'll have a recap of the meeting for you coming up later tonight at 11 o'clock. Another clash over development plans shows up in our Big 7 story list. Today, the Knox County Planning Commission voted in favor of rezoning a small road in South Knox County. This reclassifies Pickens Gap Road off Chapman Highway just north of Seymour from agricultural use to a residential area. At today's meeting, we met some neighbors pushing back against the rezoning, but we also heard disappointment from Storm Schuler with Heartland Developments wanting to build 170 homes in the area. The committee today approved development density, half of what Schuler wanted, and left a portion of the area he was hoping to develop untouched.
Rural space has a quality that can't be named. And the problem with it is when it's taken away and you have a subdivision of 170 units dropped in less than 40 acres, you lose that.
What we were asking to do was to spread that density out over a larger area, not to concentrate it so much in the front like it's currently zoned.
Schuler still plans on moving ahead, though, with a development plan, citing the need for more housing in the area. We're still following a big criminal case after police yesterday took the wraps off a murder investigation. One of the 4 people indicted, Ladwin Osborne, made his first court appearance this morning. Osborne was there just long enough for a judge to push back the date for his bond hearing in the rape charge that he is facing. Now that hearing will instead happen on April 30th. Tonight, Osborne still in jail. Osborne had been charged with rape last Friday before investigators revealed the other 3 people indicted: Edward Wilson, Marquise Ellis, and Angela Greenberg. Osborne, Wilson, and Edwards face a string of charges, including first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and kidnapping. Greenberg, Osborne's mother, is accused of tampering with evidence and being an accessory after the fact. All that traces back to what Knoxville police found at a home on Gilbert Avenue late last week: the body of Danishka Mejia, plus 2 more people suffering from gunshot wounds. Now, Chief Paul Noel describing it as a heinous murder. Police say Mejia had actually reported a sexual assault just hours before she was found dead, and she named Osborne as the suspect. Today, we also obtained the grand jury's indictment, and the first thing to point out, it's long, 55 pages with 49 counts. One reason prosecutors are going after gang enhancements against Osborne and Wilson, claiming the 2 are members of the Gangster Disciples and listing off 20 crimes allegedly committed by members of that gang to meet the definition of criminal gang activity in state law. Now, the document also points out that Ladwin Osborne has felony convictions on his record, 2 counts of drug distribution from a 2009 case that could mean extra punishment on the gun charges if he's convicted. Other charges also point to some sort of fire involving some of Danishka Mejia's possessions, and one of the counts covers an attempt to destroy official documents or records while knowing that an investigation was underway. Now, we'll be back in court to keep following this case and the defendants as they move through the justice system. Check this out for a moment. A Knoxville Fire Department truck obviously in the wrong spot. KFD posting this picture to X showing one of its trucks trapped under a railroad bridge. Now, this is at Maryville Pike and Ogle Avenue in South Knoxville. You can see the sign. The height limit here, 6 feet 1 inch. A department spokesperson says their truck is, quote, considerably taller. The good news here is no one was hurt. This was the only vehicle, though, involved, and the fire department says it sustained a considerable amount of damage. Well, a man was arrested accused of trying to light a Sweetwater bar on fire. According to the Monroe County Sheriff, this happened at Black Bull Tavern on Old Highway 68 early yesterday morning. Deputies were called out to the scene and determined that a man had attempted to set the business on fire. Fortunately, he failed and was taken into custody by deputies, facing an arson charge. We're told the TBI's bomb and arson unit helped clear the scene.